Welcome everybody to the NXT TakeOver 25 review. I am your host, the Rated R reviewer, Stefan Osborne, joined as always by the General, Jerry Slaughter.
Good evening, wrestling fans.
Support, no DQ.
Tonight, we had the takeover of all takeovers, possibly. This one was
fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know how else to put it. Beginning, middle, end, all 5 matches, gorgeous.
Yes.
Gorgeous matches. That's the best way to put them. This show looked really great. We did not go tonight in the General's order.
That kind of threw me.
We actually started off the night with Roderick Strong versus Matt Riddle, and we thought it would start with the tag match, even though it was a ladders match, but whatever. This was a great starting match, because this was a great match, period.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't expecting anything less out of the two individuals. Roderick Strong is a consummate professional, ring veteran, just hard-hitting, and doesn't put on bad matches.
No.
At all. Ever, I don't think.
Well, not that I've seen.
I don't think I've ever seen a bad match with Roderick Strong. And then you have Matt Riddle who's going in that same route, and he's still so young in this whole thing. And he looks like he's been wrestling as long as Roderick Strong has, and it shows in this match. It's very hard hitting, whole bunch of great reversals, whole bunch of just smash mouth wrestling, and it was wonderful. And there's chops and kicks and
enziguris to Matt Riddle that he actually sold.
Yes,
can you believe it?
I was about to say, he didn't Hulk out like he has been, man. Like, Roderick Strong brought the pain. This has been Matt Riddle's biggest test to date. They had mentioned that a couple times. I said it was going to be that case when we did the prediction video, and I was not wrong.
Yeah, we started off the match just trading back and forth, basically, moves, but Roddy ends up taking the match by doing a backbreaker across the fucking apron. So, like, they're on the apron, and he runs Matt Riddle into the post.
Yeah.
Brings him back just enough to pick him up for a backbreaker, drops him right over the apron. And this is where Roderick Strong starts working on Matt Riddle's midsection. And again, Matt Riddle sells like crazy. Like, he is so good at selling these injuries, especially to the midsection. We've seen that before. Some point after this, Riddle hits a GTS on the other leg. Normally he'd drop him on the far leg. He drops him on the close leg. I like it. Changes it up just enough. And then a bridging German suplex, where I thought this was going to end the match early. Honestly.
The
near fall, though.
I was about to say, the GTS into the German suplex. That was a big story for me right there. It's the fact that, like, he nailed that GTS, and before, like, he could even think about anything, instinctively grabbed onto him, German suplex, beautiful bridge, Roddy kicks out.
Now, keep in mind, I left out a lot of notes. We tried to watch as much of these matches as we could.
Oh, we tend to just shut the books and just set them aside after a bit.
So we're at least, if not further than halfway through the match at this point. Roderick Strong hits a superplex off the top rope, not the middle. Near fall out of it. This is where we get our breakdown. Strong ends up hitting an enziguri, and then a running high knee as Matt Riddle is on the ropes, kind of trying to get his air back. Hits a running high knee, and then he goes sideways to the ropes, comes back with a forearm across the face, then does it again on the other side. Then does it again.
Yeah.
And then grabs him up for, what does he hit?
The Cloud 9.
Yeah, the Cloud 9. So he picks him up like a belly-to-back suplex and then flips him over his head into a face buster.
Yeah.
Or a belly buster. Near fall. Riddle ends up getting back. He hits a ripcord knee or a ripcord V trigger. And then a power bomb that he rolls him forward into the high knee and near fall. Near fall. And then Strong counters a corkscrew moonsault senton. So Matt Riddle goes up top. He's facing the crowd. He goes for a moonsault. Corkscrews midair. Goes for a broton. And he catches the knees to the back. Strong hits a high knee. Then a lung blower. And then a power bomb. Near fall. but then he rolls it right into a Boston Crab, and so we get that for a little bit, and then he brings it back into a lion. Sure enough, lion tamer. But then somehow Riddle reverses and pulls him into a bro mission. And Storm tries to fight out of it, and at this point...
You mean Strong.
Strong, yeah. And at this point, Riddle is not 100% enough to hold it in for too long. So he ends up giving up on the bro mission and just starts laying in those elbow strikes across the neck. And somewhere in the middle of this, Riddle picks up Strong, and it looks like a tombstone. But then he reaches through his legs, and it basically looks like an inverted Gotch neutralizer. And he calls it, of all things, this is what I think the announcer said over the screams of the audience, the Bro Derek. There's some generic ass fucking pun play there. But anyway, he hits the Bro Derek and pinfall. 1, 2, 3. Breaks out his new move for NXT TakeOver. We figured there was no way that Riddle was losing this one.
No.
Not 2 in a row. And we were right. Great match. Great way to start the show.
But Roderick gave you, like, the inkling that it could happen. And that's...
True, there was twice when I thought he was going to get a pinfall.
Yeah. So, I couldn't be mad about that result at all, naturally, because we both had said Riddle anyway.
Yeah.
But...
So, great opening match. We move on to, finally, the tag team match. Second for the night. We've got the Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins versus the Forgotten Sons, Wesley Blake and Steve Cutler. Suspicious by his absence is Jackson Riker. He doesn't even come out there to the stage with them and then go backstage. He just doesn't come out. They're facing Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, who they're now calling the Brit Am... What was it? Bruisers.
Bruisers.
The Brit Am Bruisers. It's nice that they have a name.
I like it.
I don't know if I like it or not.
I think it's just a nickname for them, but that actually makes sense that that's what they'd be called.
Now, the fourth team in this Fatal 4-Way Ladder match is Undisputed Era, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly. And come to find out later, Bobby Fish is actually working through this match with an arm injury. So, it's no surprise you don't see too much out of Bobby Fish, but he gets in there.
Oh, yeah.
What did you think about the tag team match here?
This is hands down like one of the best ladder matches I think I've ever seen.
Possibly.
Very
possibly.
Because there is so much shit going on in this match. Like, it starts off just feels like a regular Fatal 4-Way match. You have them pulling off signature moves and everything, just getting that stuff out of the way because we know the high spots are yet to come with the ladder.
Right.
And... sure enough, they find some innovative uses for that bad boy tonight. So, stuff you don't even see on the main roster. It's like, here's the fucks. The fucks, they just went away. There's like none of them.
My first note is where the ladder first gets involved to some of the offense, because you've got Undisputed Era trying to bring the ladder into the ring, and each one's got an end to it. And you know something's coming, because of the way they're holding it. Come on. But they're on the outside. And fucking Wesley Blake, does a tope suicida to the outside into the middle of the ladder, which smacks both of them in the face with the ladder. That was great. And then, eventually everybody gets up from this, and by everybody, I mean not just Undisputed Era and Blake. I'm talking everybody. And Angelo Dawkins goes up top.
Yeah.
And he comes off the top rope to the outside and clears all.
Yep.
That was great. Let's see. The Forgotten Sons, they had a double ladder takedown. This is getting toward the end of the match. There is a lot of spots in here. Moves onto ladders. They laid dude across the ladder with it on the second rope, holding up the bottom of it for Angelo Dawkins to run off the ropes and leapfrog over, or not, Montez Ford. Leapfrogs over Angelo Dawkins into the guy on the, I mean, just some sick ladder spots. There was...
Backtrack a little bit, though, because we got to see Montez Ford's frog splash, which he nailed RVD style this time to the point where he almost landed on his head, like bouncing off of him. And
there was one spot where, I can't remember, it might have been it wasn't the Street Profits, it might have been the Forgotten Sons. They had the ladder, both of them in the ring, and they both had their heads through the rungs.
Yes.
using it to run forward and take out 2 guys at a time. First the Street Profits, then the Undisputed Era, and then Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch actually duck under the hit, come back around and hit a double suplex that throws the ladder fucking where the fuck ever. It almost takes out O'Reilly. Like his back looks like it's been tore up at the end of this match. So the Forgotten Sons have a double ladder takedown to the Street Profits. That's where Undisputed Era. So yeah, that's what I was talking about. And then Lorcan and Burch hit an electric chair European uppercut to one of the members of the there's too many teams here. The Forgotten Sons. And then the Street Profits hit a Doomsday Blockbuster. And O'Reilly is lone in the ring. And he looks to go up the ladder. But then Jackson Riker comes out. And he comes down to the ring. And he just starts laying everybody out. Chokeslam here. Fucking bomb there. He's just laying everybody out. But eventually, Montez Ford gets him across the back with a forearm. And then everybody starts coming back in the ring. And everybody takes out Jackson Riker.
Beat down. They grab a ladder.
6 guys holding a ladder, slamming it into Jackson Riker's back. Much the same way that Undisputed Era did at the end of the show last Wednesday. And then the Forgotten Sons end up coming into the ring and dump the Undisputed Era and Lorcan and Burch off of 2 separate ladders set up side by side. And they start climbing the one ladder that remains, only for Dawkins to come in, spear one guy out from under the ladder who's trying to hold it steady. And then Montez Ford does a leapfrog from the corner onto the ladder, surprising the fuck out of, I think it was Blake.
Yeah.
Punches him in the face, knocks him clear off the ladder, ascends one more rung. And our new NXT Tag Team Champions, as I called it,
the
Street Profits, Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins. God, it must feel sweet. It is their first time on an NXT TakeOver, and they won the tag team titles in an awesome match.
Awesome.
I thoroughly enjoyed this. At this point, I'm on cloud 9 myself after 2 matches. We've still got another hour and a half of TakeOver to go, and I'm like, I don't know if it can get any better than this.
I actually had the question at the end of the match. I was like, is this the first homegrown superstar that they've had in a while that's actually, become NXT champion or NXT tag champion at that? And I'm thinking that it may be the case because anybody else that's come through that's won the belts has been pretty well established. So for finally some Performance Center stars to actually win the big one at a TakeOver event, let alone their first one, let alone the milestone 25th one.
Yeah,
that's huge.
It's awesome.
I was like, don't get me wrong, felt bad the Forgotten Sons didn't win, but at the same time, they'll get their time. But right now, I agree, Street Profits time. Love those guys to death. Congratulations.
Absolutely. So up next, we've got our North American Championship match. Tyler Breeze versus Velveteen Dream, the defending champ. And again, man, I have 3 or 4 notes for this match because I just wanted to sit back and watch because I knew these two were going to pull off a clinic. I had no idea that Tyler Breeze was going to be as fucking vicious as he was.
Oh, yeah.
He was amazing in this match. First half of the match, he looked like a heel. At one point, he drags Velveteen Dream by the leg over to the corner and just wraps his leg around that post. And it looked like it hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times that leg wrap doesn't really look like it hurt. This one did. What do you think about this match?
You kind of already knew going into the match that it was going to be a lot of cockiness at the beginning, a lot of showboating, a lot of posing and whatnot. But then once it started really breaking down, they were out for blood. They were just beating the holy hell out of each other. Like, Tyler Breeze, I've seen him wrestle a couple matches. I haven't really been high on him in any way, shape, or form because he just seemed more gimmicky to me than anything else. But now I'm seeing the mass appeal in him. Now I'm seeing that vicious side. Now I'm seeing the driven side. If he stays in the NXT longer, I can see him wearing gold as well. But at the same time, Velveteen Dream got in his head, did what he did, and also was able to, obviously he did some studying up on Tyler Breeze too.
Yeah, definitely.
He definitely knew him almost hold for hold. He's been watching a lot of SmackDown or wherever else like Tyler Breeze got bounced around to, because he knew
Main event.
where to strike.
He's been watching a lot of main event.
Yeah, that he wasn't on. But the match itself was just brilliant. The aftermatch was brilliant. Everything about this match was just laid out beautifully. And I like to show respect at the end. And that's become kind of a staple for Velveteen Dream. I think it's become a staple since his feud with Aleister Black even. Because he realized, yeah, if I'm going to be the best, I need to act the best. But at the same time, you show respect to anybody in the ring with.
You want people to say your name, you show them respect.
Yes.
And that's what he's all about. So my first note for the match is well into this match. At first, near fall that I thought was actually going to happen. Dream actually hits an unprettier on Tyler. And I was like, this motherfucker is going to pin him with his own move. But no, near fall. And then Breeze counters an attempted Purple Rainmaker with his knees. And then catches Velveteen Dream on the top rope, on the middle, grabs his head, pulls him down in front of the top turnbuckle, and hits a supermodel kick to his face.
Oh, that was just beautiful.
Pulls him off into an unprettier, and I thought maybe, just maybe.
Dumps him right on top of his head.
Oh my God, he spiked him. Like, it wasn't a traditional unprettier. It looked like a spike pile driver.
Yeah, it was damn near vertebraker quality.
Oh, if he'd rolled forward a little bit more, it would have been a brain buster.
Yeah.
Near fall. What the fuck? Near fall. So this is where the match kind of breaks down a little bit. Dream goes to the outside, and he ends up where Tyler's not trying to get the win by a 10 count, so he's talking to the ref. Well, while he's talking to the ref, trying to get the ref to stop the 10 count, Velveteen Dream grabs the title, and he gets up on the apron, and Tyler Breeze snatches the title away, throws it at the ref, distracted just long enough to turn around into an instant Dream Valley driver, goes right up top, Purple Rainmaker, 1, 2, 3, Velveteen Dream retains.
Yeah.
Seemed like a little bit of a heel move, but it seemed like at points in this match, both of them were playing heel.
Mm-hmm.
So I really dig this.
Velveteen Dream just did it better.
And as you said, at the end of the match, after the pinfall, we had the show of respect, which is both of them being babyface. Tyler asks him for a selfie, and we get a selfie between Tyler Breeze and Velveteen Dream with the title right there. They show it up on the big screen. And then as soon as the selfie's done, Dream poses, and he gets the fuck out of there because he saved his title.
And you can tell that, Tyler Breeze is dejected in the ring, but at the same time, he can't be mad either because they put on an awesome match.
This is true.
He has a moment in the spotlight with Dream, and I won't say they stole the show, but God, pretty much everybody did in this one.
So after this match, we get our first official cutaway that is not a video package for the next match. This is a video package for Damian Priest.
Yeah.
And as Jerry said while we were watching the show, if they're going to give you this kind of hype during an NXT TakeOver, they're about to do something with this guy. So I look forward to his re-debut under the name Damian Priest. This is former, what's his name?
Punishment Martinez.
Yeah, Punishment Martinez. I'm not sure I like the irony of his name because it's really on the nose, but I like Damian Priest a lot better than Punishment Martinez.
Yeah.
Just saying. Up next, we've got our Women's Championship match, Io Shirai versus the champion Shayna Baszler, who leaves Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir backstage on her way out. They're not going to stay there. Shayna Baszler. We know they're not going to stay there. But for now, it is one-on-one. This match was everything I figured it was going to be. Honestly, a little bit more. I was actually entertained by Io Shirai here and there. They call her the genius of the sky, but really, her finisher is a moonsault.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not, It's not exactly a 450 or a...
I think it is called that because, like, it kind of rhymes and flows.
Sure.
The G, so
KK.
Sky. Io Shirai.
So my first note in this match was a Baszler stomp, which they are now calling the reality check. And by that, I hope you guys know what I mean. It's that stomp on the elbow where Shirai's arm is like this. But I call this an inverted because in this case, Shirai was on her back and her arm was above her head like that. And good God, that looked like it hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Baszler ends up... Yeah, I have no other notes. Honestly, I have no other notes for this match other than the fact that eventually Duke and Shafir do come out, but they are caught halfway to the ring by Candice LeRae that comes out with a wicked long kendo stick. This thing is bigger than she is, and she starts swinging for the fences on both of them. At one point, I think Shafir grabs her around the waist and holds her up, but she is still swinging and connecting with Duke. Ends up getting dropped, swings one more at Shafir, then gets up on the steps, the ring steps, comes off with a crossbody to both of them, takes them out. But, and I say but, I did pick Io Shirai to win here, and she does not. She gets caught in the Kirifuda clutch out of what she attempted. It was like a roll-up pinfall, but I knew what was coming based on the roll-up, because Shayna Baszler just sits forward and locks it in the Kirifuda. And to her credit, Io tries to get to the ropes, and she starts fading a couple of times only to come back, but eventually it's just too much. And she does about the lightest tap out I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because she's this close to passing out, I'm assuming. And Shayna Baszler wins.
Basically, like what you said, the reversal into the clutch itself mirrored pretty much anything Samoa Joe and AJ Styles did back in Impact during their feud. Because it was pretty much almost the same kind of reversal. More of this, like me comparing Shayna Baszler to Samoa Joe. Everything about them, the reversals, their like mixed martial arts backgrounds, their just in-ring style, attitude. There's one point where it looked like Io Shirai was going to fly outside and Baszler just did the whole walk away thing, but Io Shirai had scouted and went around the other way.
The baseball slide knocking Baszler down, yeah.
Yeah, so you saw a lot of like viciousness come out of Io Shirai, and weirdly enough, it didn't stop at the end of the match.
No, after the pinfall, by the time Shirai gets back to her feet, she finds the kendo stick, and she gets back in the ring, and she lays out Shayna Baszler, just whacking away. And then she goes for a moonsault, hits it. Then she goes back up and yells down to Candice LeRae to get under the ring and get her a chair. And I'm like, oh, this is getting good. It's getting good.
I was about to say a complete nod to Balls Mahoney here.
Moonsault off the top with a chair onto Baszler. Baszler looks like she can barely move, let alone get up. She refuses the ref holding up her arm. She ends up just crumbling back to the mat. And we go to break as she's halfway out of the ring trying to roll out and can't. Her back is just lit up.
Let's talk about the crowd for a second. Because the crowd used a chant that we usually like have, reserved for people who just won a championship or getting called up. They chanted, "You deserve it," to Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
After she got the holy hell knocked out of her by Shirai.
So, I guess it is what it is there.
Yeah, that was insane.
So after this match, before the main event, we get our favorite announcement of the night. Because you guys know we do the NXT party. We have been covering NXT UK since inception. And we are finally getting our second NXT UK TakeOver. It will be TakeOver Cardiff on Saturday, August 31st at 3 p.m. And Jerry had an interesting note here, and I'm sure a lot of you picked up on it. What was your note, Jerry?
Same day as AEW's All Out.
Yeah, so that is going to be fairly interesting. But we'll save that for an NXT party to discuss. On to the main event.
Yes.
This was given 45 minutes.
And rightfully so.
Probably 40 once they were done making it to the ring, but I got to mention Adam Cole's entrance. He had Josiah Williams, who is, I don't know if he's a freestyle or what, but he's a rapper. And he was rapping to the Undisputed Era's music for Adam Cole. And it's pretty good.
It sounded great.
I don't know about great, but it was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Pretty good. So we've got Adam Cole challenging Johnny Gargano, who is the NXT champion, for the NXT championship. One fall this time, and god damn, what a match.
I was about to say, like, even the crowd was buzzing, and the crowd seemed like it was more 65-35 Adam Cole.
Unbelievably, but he is correct. Maybe 60-40. But still, more fans of Adam Cole, I would have to say. His chants were off the charts. I've got several notes here. Actually, I don't think as many notes as the opening match, but still. Before I break this down and we get to the end of this show, what did you think about the main event, Jerry?
For the longest time since Gargano actually won the belt, I felt it was kind of like a cheap victory. Because I think they pretty much threw the belt on Gargano as kind of like a sympathy thing because of Ciampa's injury.
Yeah, feel-good moment.
And it was supposed to be that feel-good moment and everything. And that the belt was ultimately going to end up on Cole at some point. That I think it was going to be, like, what am I going to say, this soon? Not really. But at the same time, I can't be mad about this. Because I'm glad that Adam Cole finally gets his moment. And the moment is much deserved because he did this
by
on his
himself.
own. That is the main thing here. There's a little bit of trickery involved, not gonna lie, but at the same time, mind games are important in wrestling.
You say a little bit. I say there was a lot of shenanigans in this match.
Yeah.
A lot of shenanigans in this match, but it still remained one-on-one.
Yeah.
At no point did any member of the Undisputed Era come out until after the match. But God, wow, what a match!
I like whenever I say anything like shenanigans, it's usually like somebody coming out to help. If there's a weapon or anything else kind of involved in it,
it's fuckery.
It's fuckery.
Okay,
yes.
So plenty of fuckery.
Yes,
but nothing actually gets used, which is interesting. Most of this match was your garden variety Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole. Probably the first 15 minutes of this match, I have no notes. I was just enjoying it. All of the great moves that I saw were moves that I've already seen before, so I wasn't too surprised by anything. My first note of the match was that Gargano goes for a tope suicida, and Cole catches him in the face with a super kick.
Yeah.
Goes up onto the apron and hits a Panama Sunrise. That is a jumping off the apron into a Canadian destroyer on the mat on the outside.
Yes.
And dear Christ, how did Johnny Gargano kick out of that? Because Cole picks him up, throws him in the ring, covers him. 1-2, kick out.
Yes.
Whoa. I think at this point, Mauro Ranallo is asking anybody, what is Johnny Gargano made of?
Pretty much.
Jesus Christ.
He was dressed like Captain Marvel and playing the part.
So Cole can't believe it. He goes for a last shot. Gargano ducks, reverses goes for a Gargano escape, but Cole reverses that into a Gargano escape of his own. Of course, he's not going to get the submission here. Gargano gets out of it and ends up hitting a last shot of his own for a near fall.
Mm-hmm.
First last shot we saw connect in this whole match. I think at this point, Cole had gone for 2 of them, just didn't hit him. Gargano hits a spike Hurricane Rana, reverse Hurricane Rana onto Cole, and then after Cole lands, he falls back into the ropes and immediately comes off with the last shot to the back of Cole's head, near fall.
Gargano's head.
Or yeah, to Gargano's head. And then Cole goes outside to get a chair. And of course the ref follows him out. He's like, you can't do this. All the generic ref shouts. I'm the ref. Listen to me. You can't bring that in the ring.
This is Drake Wirtz. He could take the chair if he wanted to.
Yeah, that is true. So while they're fighting over the chair, Gargano goes for a tope suicida, and Cole pulls the ref into it. So ref goes down. And then Cole turns around into a super kick from Gargano with the chair up into his face.
Yeah.
And I guess Gargano throws him back in the ring, and then he goes to get the ref, because he goes for the 3 count, and there ain't no ref. So he goes out to get the ref, but while he's outside, after he throws the ref in, Cole starts waving from the back, or to the back, like he's calling out the Undisputed Era. So Gargano grabs a chair, and he sets up, prepared for all 3 of them to come down the rampway, and eventually he realizes nobody's coming. He goes to get back in the ring and immediately gets hit with, it looked like somehow Cole was going to go for a Panama Sunrise through the ropes, but no, he pulls Gargano through the ropes and he drops into a pile driver, a draping pile driver. I've never seen this before. Awesome. Near fall. Cole goes for another last shot, but Johnny doesn't even dodge this one. He just falls out like he's out cold. So Cole goes to pick him up, and as he lifts him up, Gargano throws his arm over him and locks in a Gargano escape. Almost gets the win here. Just nearly gets the win. Cole fights out. He ends up hitting, finally, a Panama Sunrise after a failed attempt. Panama Sunrise immediately into a last shot. 1, 2, 3. Your new NXT champion, believe it or fucking not, Adam Cole. Baby.
Okay.
And this is where the Undisputed Era all come out and they celebrate with them. Bring
Bobby
them up on their
Fish
shoulders.
fully in a sling.
Yep. Bobby Fish has got his left arm in a sling, so we know he was working injured. But Jesus, wow, what a match. And like I said, I missed most of this match on notes. Totally worth seeing.
Well, it's not even that. With any TakeOver event, you really don't like taking a lot of notes because there's so many instant replays going on. There's so many crowd reactions. You have to watch Morrow on the side of the ring. There's not one moment that you can really blink on TakeOver show.
Oh, no.
It's one of those matches. It's one of those events you have to sit and watch because
no pre-breaks without a pause button.
it's like we're talking about the matches, or you just talk about like maybe 10%, maybe 15% of the high spots.
Yeah.
For these matches.
Yeah, we missed a lot of stuff because we were just enjoying the show.
Yes, it's not even we didn't miss it. We were just either reacting to it or just we're like, this is something that needs to be seen to believe.
Well, I mean, we missed the notes on it.
Yeah,
is what I mean. But yeah, there were so many stories in this match. You had the right leg of Johnny Gargano. You had the left arm of Adam Cole. You had Adam Cole and all of his trickery. I mean, just this match was awesome, beginning to end. I can't wait to rate this. So let's go on. That brings us to the end of the main event. And here on the show, normally it's What's NXT. Of course, this isn't an NXT show. This is an NXT pay-per-view. But still, we rate the main event using the General's 5-star rating system. And Jerry, out of 5 stars, where do you rate this main event?
that's really tough because I want to rate it 4 3/4, but based off the entire card, that would make it 5. So I may actually have to go 5 on this one because the match itself was just fantastic. It was everything that we got in the 2 out of 3 falls match without the extra falls. And there was no interference. There was none of that stuff involved. Granted, the chair came into play, but it didn't come into play heavily. If anything, the only thing that the chair stood to do was phase Adam Cole for like 5 seconds.
Oh yeah, we did have the super kick through the chair.
Yeah, and other than that, there was really nothing else going on that really played much levy into this match. Adam Cole won this fucking match. He went into the match saying he was going to win it. He said he should have won the first one, which, by all accounts, he probably should have. But at the same time, he played up the heel card so hard, but the fans were so solidly behind him that, man, it was just awesome. And there were moments, that's another thing I really judged by it, where I had to look over at you because you're like, okay, that's it. And you start underlining Gargano's name. It's like Cole's not getting. Wait, whoa, wait, what's going on here?
For a second, I thought Johnny Gargano was gonna kick out of the Panama Sunrise into the last shot. I swear I said kick out and he didn't kick out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
That finally happened.
I'm pretty sure we woke up my neighbors at least 3 times during this show.
Oh, especially during the spot you just said. I was like, oh shit, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, based on that match and an awesome show. So I'm going to go ahead and give the match itself 4 3/4. But
you're giving the main event a 5-star. There ain't nothing wrong with that. This is NXT TakeOver.
I was about to say,
let me do you one better.
All right.
Because for me, this was a perfect match. There were no botches. Everything was fluid. They had multiple stories going on. If the Undisputed Era had come out and caused shenanigans for Cole to win this match, I would agree. 4 3/4. But you had the Undisputed Era interrupt without interrupting. This was so great. I don't know if I've ever seen somebody get away with the fake call out of the reinforcements. So good. And then to follow that up with a move I've never seen before. I mean, Johnny Gargano hit the draping DDT much the way that Ciampa did, but Cole immediately rolled outside. Like, I think that's what set up the precedent for all that outside stuff right there. But
yeah,
this was a 5-star match.
It was brilliantly
and coming off the back of a fantastic show, I am giving this main event the first ever 5 1/4 stars.
5 1/4.
I am going as high as you can possibly fucking go on this show.
It's
5
like that,
1/4.
It's like that half sticker is like hanging off the top, or like almost quarter of stickers up there.
This was so good. Don't listen to us about it. Go watch it for yourself. It is well worth it.
Subscribe for a month to WWE Network.
And if you've never subscribed before, it's free. Just go watch this match. Find it on YouTube or wherever. Go watch this match. It was, and I mean in the entirety. If it's got 10 minutes of the match and left out the rest of it, don't worry about that. Go find the full match.
Well,
wow.
I'm about to say, while you're there, go ahead and watch the other 4 because they were instant classics as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a 2.5 hour show. Watch the whole thing.
Yeah, pretty much like any match that we saw tonight was like pretty much main event quality for really any NXT
all
program.
5 matches tonight were contenders for match of the year.
Yeah.
All 5, including the women's match, including the non-title match.
Yeah.
I mean, just awesome show. I highly recommend this one, and not just because it's 25. This was so good. I could keep saying that over and over and over again, but I believe that brings us to the end of this episode. And thank you for joining us. Join us this week for What's NXT, where we will be reviewing NXT, the fallout from the pay-per-view.
No, it'll be the dark matches.
Oh, well, it'll still be some of the fallout, but only in the backstage. But anyway, we will be reviewing NXT this week. We will also be reviewing NXT UK on our show, The NXT Party, where we like to have guests up on the big screen. I'm not sure who our guest is going to be, but it could be you. If you watch NXT UK and you'd like to help us do a future review of an NXT UK episode, come have a spot of NXT with us. You can find me on Twitter. Go to nodq.com/Stefan. That's STEFAN. Or if you just want to find me on Twitter, it's at Stefan R. Osborne, OSBORNE. As always, the R stands for restricted. You can also find the gentleman on Twitter
at NoDQ General, and also my Facebook group Armbar, all capital ARMBAR
exclamation point.
Come join us for wrestling discussion there, where we talk not just about NXT, we talk about other brands.
Yes,
and we've talked a lot about NXT today, but that's only because we get so hyped up on TakeOver days. So, but come join us if you're going to be active. Otherwise, just don't come.
Yeah, he doesn't care about member numbers. If you're not active, he will boot you.
Yeah.
We do care about subscription numbers, and that is our YouTube channel, Aftermatch Wrestling. That is all one word, AFTERMATCH, Aftermatch Wrestling. That's where these videos go. All the reviews, the NXT reviews, NXT UK reviews, the pay-per-view reviews, everything goes on Aftermatch first, several hours up to a half a day early, and you can get them in HD. So find us on Aftermatch. We are on our way to 100 subscribers. I think we're at 81.
We're at 81.
81, 19 to go. At 100 subscribers, we will start doing our NXT reviews live. That is NXT TakeOvers and our What's NXT program weekly. So if you are subscribed to Aftermatch, do us a favor, click that bell icon. Actually, do yourself a favor, because that's going to let you know when we finally hit 100 subscribers. If we hit 100 in 2 days, then we are going live Thursday morning with What's NXT. You can come have breakfast with us.
Yep.
So if you are subscribed to Aftermatch, click that bell icon. Do us a favor and click the share icon. Share us with your friends, especially if they like NXT, especially if they like NXT UK, especially if they want to join us and help us do a review later. If you don't have Twitter, you don't have Facebook, you can find me on Instagram at osborne.stefan. And if you just want to use good old-fashioned email, leave us a comment down below and let us know your email address, and we will get a hold of you and
we'll put
get it
you on
done.
the show.
Yeah, that's how we got Chris Mace on the show, and he is official member of NXT. Man, he does a lot of shows too. He does Noah Foster's 205 Live Matters. You can find Noah at nodq.com/NOAH. Noah. Go support Cindy G. Find her at nodq.com/Cindy. You can find her YouTube channel simply_C_OK.
Nice.
Follow Colin Andrew and the Chopping Block. He is one of our NXT members. You can find him on YouTube. That's COLIN space ANDREW. Colin Andrew. I think that's everybody that does show. Oh, James Hebert. Find Weymouth Youth Wrestling. He does his own, basically, they write their own wrestling shows and they animate it using wrestling video games. It's really awesome, and I highly recommend it. That's WEYMOUTH, Weymouth Youth Wrestling. I don't know the exact name of the channel, but you should be able to look it up using that information. Also find Owen Finch. He has his own channel on YouTube. He's another member of the NXT team. We just want to plug all of our friends from the NXT team. So, no DQ NXT team for life, yo. Believe that's all the plugs.
Gold, black, and Union Jacked.
So if you like our video, please click the like button that is underneath me. And if you like all of our videos, do yourself a favor, click the subscribe button that's underneath Jerry. Thank you for joining us for the General Jerry Slaughter. I'm the Wizard of No DQ, Stefan Osborne. And thanks for joining us, and we will see you in NXT time.